This week I'm on the island of Koh Samui, and I have yet to have one agent show me a piece of land. He's going to be showing us around. Fucking ants! Fuck. Fucking ants.
Hey, this is Tyler from the Nova Haus.
This is Martin from the Nova Haus.
And this is our vlog series of
Building high-end real estate around the globe.
Our mission, creating exceptional spaces exclusively designed for entrepreneurs, creatives, and high achievers just like you.
We're on our way to developing 100 plus properties spread into each part of the world for you to work, play, and connect.
Buckle up as we take you inside the highs, lows, the successes,
and I'm sure plenty of failures. Come on! We are here. That's the place. Welcome to Paradise Island, Koh Samui. This week I'm on the island of Koh Samui to find our next multi-million-dollar property that we're building for the Nova Haus. So we're going to be visiting properties that are existing resorts to get ideas of what we can design, and meeting more real estate agents on the island. We're going to be meeting more attorneys. We're going to be meeting builders, contractors, architects. All of that this week is about exploring and meeting as many people as we can to get the most in-depth knowledge and fast-track ourselves to understanding the island of Koh Samui and Koh Phangan. Today we have two meetings. One is this morning with an attorney, I believe it's pronounced Korakot, and then we have another attorney that we're meeting in the afternoon. This is an opportunity not only to interview them, but for us to learn as much as we can about the area. This is where we can ask all the dumb questions. We want to get these out early, so the meetings following with future attorneys or future contractors, whatever, you already have the expertise, the knowledge. So this is very much an exploratory type of opportunity. Right, we are going to visit our first realtor office called Conrad Properties. So I just finished our first meeting with Conrad Properties, and I asked, pretty straight out if it's okay I work with other agents and how are these properties sourced. There is no advanced or developed MLS system, which does mean that it's in my interest to go and reach out to as many different property groups and agencies as possible. So I'm going to just walk on over to Century 21 and do the same thing over again. My goal would be to see at least 5 to 10 properties within the next few days to really get a grasp of where the price point is. I just finished meeting with a Canadian realtor here. He's been living in Samui for 8 years. It's clear that our budget is too low. So if we're going to be purchasing the property and not leasing, looks like we're going to be north of $350,000, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. I went and visited two property offices today, and I was able to get a hold of in-person meetings with each one, and still the whole day has gone by and I haven't gotten a message or anything from any of them with any properties, with any options. So I need to really start throwing out more lines, more feelers, contacting more people, drive around the island, find signs that say land for sale. I just got to start doing a little bit more of the intense grind. Tomorrow morning, I have the only official property viewing that I have. It's going to be on the other island, Koh Phangan. So I'm getting on and meeting the agents at 7:45 a.m. at the pier. We're going to get on a speedboat and head over to the island. It takes about half an hour. Then we're going to go see this place. So we just arrived on the island of Koh Phangan, which is the sister island of Samui. Our guy Julian who's lived on the island for 8 years. He's gonna be showing us around, visiting some properties, some land. I get off the boat here, and like the very first building in front of us is a co-working sign there. This is our first property we're visiting. It is in Thong Sala, and we are gonna see some beautiful sea views here. It's on 5 rai, a little under 10,000 square feet. There's 2 rai that's kind of down below here where we can do significant building. And then there's 3 rai that's up above that's gonna be more for your light construction, your platforms, some domes. This is a lot of big boulders here. What kind of property are we looking for? We're looking for a property with at least 3,000 square meters or at least 30,000 square feet. It needs to have stunning views, ideally a beachfront property, but we're also looking at sea view properties. Definitely not really interested in mountain views. Not to say they're not beautiful, but what we're building really needs to be the epitome of living the island life, which you need to have the ocean and the beach for. He said even if your neighbors have trees that are obstructing your view, you can usually negotiate with them and pay them to cut down their trees for 5,000 Thai baht a tree. Probably have to be, could you clear this?
Yeah, you can
Think so? And some of the regulations that we need to be aware of is that you can only build 6 meters high, and you can only build 35% of the property can be indoor space, and each property structure can be no larger than 70 square meters. So that means we can't have some big mansion or master clubhouse all is in one structure. It'd have to be connected, which could be really beautiful with the tropical style, you know, where you have terraces and bridges connecting different sections of the property. So this is the beachfront property. This is the only beachfront we're going to be looking at. It's on the north side of the island, and it's going for about 750,000 US dollars. Fucking ants. Fucking ants. Fuck. Yo. Ah! Fucking ant. Fucking ant. I'm good. The ants got me real bad back in that jungle there. The freaking big red ants. They were nasty. They were not friendly. They were biting. They would like dig into you. So say this one more time. This is
1.5 rai, 35 meters beachfront, totally flat with view on Koh Samui. This one is 30 million for sale, and after you have also the possibility to organize a lease around 800,000 per year.
So 800,000 Thai baht per year lease, or 30 million Thai baht sale. I'm just surprised because it's beautiful. I understand it's not, you don't got the closed bay that you had at, you say it again? Chalo Club. But, I mean, you're still getting a beautiful shot of Samui.
And normally water going inside.
Cool. And that's right next to us. He didn't really talk up this property a lot, but freaking man, this is beautiful. I think this is it, guys. This is lovely. Look at these massive coconut trees right in front of the property, and we can build everything behind that. Really creative, and we're gonna be right on the beach. Right on the beach. That island is Samui, Koh Samui. So it's 800,000 Thai baht per year to lease this land, and the owner's willing to sell at 30 million Thai baht. So if we convert those to US dollars, we're talking about a $25,000 annual lease and almost $1 million to purchase the land. Now what I like about this is that we can do a contract where we set up both clauses. So we start with the leasing, we raise the appropriate funds, maybe we operate the business for a year or two, see how it goes. If it goes well, then we activate the clause to buy the land. I think that's how we set it up. So today is a rest day because it is pouring outside, and I just wanted to give an update to everybody that I really liked the beachfront property. It was one of the final properties that we saw on the island. Super beautiful, and there's a lot of reasons to like it. One, it's one of those what I call a no-brainer decision, where you know that if you buy this land, it is going to appreciate. It's going to not only hold its value, but beach land is limited. It's finite. There's only so much. So as more people develop the island, as more people go to the island, I would say with a lot of certainty that you know that the land there is going to appreciate. My wife always does a very good job of making sure we go to expensive places. She has a knack for it. But you have to admit, that's beautiful. And it's a rainy day. So I'm still a fan of the beachfront property. I think that's what we want to kind of start zoning in on. I'm going to arrange a meeting with the owner, who is also the owner of the beach club next to it, and see if there maybe even be some areas of cooperation. So yeah, the property search continues. Other than Julian, our French companion, we haven't had anybody else show us any other properties on the island of Samui, so I'm still DMing, sending messages, walking into real estate offices, because I still want to get more properties in front of us to look at. So today we are driving around the island of Koh Samui, or the island of Samui, I should say, because agents are not giving us enough options to look at. So I'm starting just to go around the island and look at places, because there are tons of signs that say land for sale, land for rent. So it is there. I just really need to spend as much time as I can just finding the places that I like, the places that could work, and trying to make direct contact with the owners. Tell you how many times I've gone to the car on the left side here to get in the driver's seat, only to realize that the driver's seat is on the other side. Happening way more than I'd like to imagine, way more than I'd like to tell anybody. I do see options like this, but it's unlikely we'd want to do this because that's a huge amount of space and only for a rental. Seeing an obnoxious amount of beautiful property here. This is it, guys. I found the place. Look at that riverside bungalow. That is a beauty. Did a whole drive around Koh Samui. I have to say, from a subjective point of view, I like the north side. Feels cleaner, feels a little bit more open, a little more refined. Beautiful locations. So moving forward, looking for properties, I'm gonna narrow down our search down to this Bangpo area, this beach that we see here, and anything in the surrounding area. But yeah, the search continues and we are narrowing it down. We are days away from my trip ending, so I've got to find a property fast, and the clock is ticking. This is what we want at the Nova Haus. We want you guys to be able to work and have a good time in Thailand. We're gonna have a property close to the beach with ocean views, and every night you can go out and have a great time at restaurants, bars, performances, and then get your work done in the daytime. Saw that Martin had clips the other week of him getting his hair cut. He was getting shampooed, conditioned, he was getting head massages. This is totally also hot towels. I'm getting the royal treatment from Maddie because I don't think you should pay for a haircut when your girlfriend does such a good job. All right, we've got a big week coming up. Unfortunately, the big week is full of boring work. I'm going to be working this week on branding. The company, we're looking at color palettes of how we want this to work. Color palettes that go, consistent through everything from our interior design to exterior design to our social media to our typography to absolutely everything. So that's one of the big things I'm going to be working on this week. A lot of this stuff is really, really, really difficult to actually create content out of. So you're going to see very little from me this week in terms of like really fun and exciting things, because I'm going to have my head in this damn thing here in this basement pretty much 10 hours a day trying to get that done. I know this is going to sound really immature, and that's because it is, but one of my favorite things and something that I find so much joy in each week is when I'm uploading all of this content to the Google Drives for Florian to start going. I love dropping little nuggets in there, little video nuggets where I'll speak to Florian. Hey Florian, you're a big old nerd. And so he'll be going through, just me having the knowledge that he's going through all of the content, and then he clicks on a video and he's watching it through, and then, I call him names or say something funny or, call him out on something. I don't know, whatever it is. I think that's fine. I find so much immature joy in that. Currently setting up right now for yet another conversation with Martin around branding and how we want things set up and what we want being done. It is something that the amount of conversations that we have and the amount of back and forth that we do on this is it's honestly insane. And I mean, for good reason. Every single decision that we make, regardless of how small, when you're dealing with real estate and you're dealing with things that are $multi million decisions, even the littlest things make the biggest impact. So I know this might be triggering for some, but we actually make sure that we move ahead and we execute before we have all of the details. All right, I've made the decision. I'm going to Nashville. As I said, commit first, figure it out later, and I'm figuring it out. So one thing that I thought about, my strengths are meeting people, networking, being on the ground, making connections, relationships, and building businesses through myself in person. So I need to get down there. I need to spend time with people. I need to start making relationships and building connections. How am I going to do that? No idea, but I will. I've had a fantastic response from everyone that I've reached out to and put the pressure on them that I'm coming to town, and things have started flowing in the door immediately from different people. So actually I'm going to head down there and we'll figure it out. So